Hebrews 3:5. Kai Moses men pistos en holo to oiko autou, hos therapon eis martyrion ton lale thesomenon. We continue on our argument, and on the one hand, this is going to anticipate a da that's going to come in the next verse, in verse 6. So Moses on the one hand, so we're going to get a contrast between Moses and Christ. Moses, implied verb, was faithful, pistos, in all his house, or in the whole of his house. Holo to oiko autou, again, probably God's house here. Moses was faithful in all his house. Then we get a description of how he was faithful. Hos, as therapon, a servant. He was faithful in all his house as a servant. Further definition or description, eis marturion ton lale thesomenon, for a testimony of ton lale thesomenon, of the things which were to be spoken. Here in lale thesomenon, we have our verb laleo. I say, I make a sound. This form is the future passive participle, masculine or neuter, genitive, plural. You don't see a lot of future passive participles here, and so it might be worth seeing how can we recognize this. You have here this theis, which is common from the future passive forms in the indicative and otherwise, that theis. You have the omicron thematic vowel, and then you have what would be the middle passive endings borrowed from the present paradigm, and those things all together form our future passive participle. So ton lale thesomenon are those things, here probably neuter, which would be spoken. So Moses, on the one hand, was faithful in all his house as a servant for a testimony of those things which would be spoken. Pointing forward, of course, to the things of the new covenant.